Hi, I'm Elizabetta, author of The Energy Code. Continuing our series on business, I've been asked whether the Energy Code principles only work when times are good and whether other things need to be applied when times get tough. Well, the answer is that we absolutely need to use the key principles of the Energy Code, especially when times are tough. In the past, when the economy shrinks, companies' natural reaction is to start to slash and burn, to cut back on costs, and for many businesses, the largest costs they have are labour costs. And so sometimes the very first thing that happens is that people are made redundant. Now, when a company engages in this sort of behaviour, it can make sense from a bottom line perspective in the short term. But research shows that those companies that slash and burn often do not survive downturns in business. In fact, the opposite is true. Companies who invest in their people, who keep investing in innovation and have the right people in the right positions, creating the right products, are the ones that survive. Now, that all starts with the entry process, how you interview people, how you find out their strengths and weaknesses, and then ensuring that you're utilising them. Because at the end of the day, a business is paying people in exchange for their skill and not just their time. You don't want a whole lot of staff who turn up and expect to get a paycheck at the end of the week simply because they sat in their seats. What you want is people who add value. And businesses that attract and engage people with talent and then utilise those talents almost make themselves bomb-proof. They make themselves able to weather whatever storms come along, whether it's changes in government regulation, whether it's a contraction in the economy, whether it is a virulent new competitor, or whether it is a whole disruption in the technology of the industry that they're in. Because at the end of the day, it's only going to be the people in your business who can turn you around. One of the things that very often happens is people rise up into positions of leadership within an organisation simply through seniority. They've been there, they jump through hoops, they cross the T's and they dot the I's, but they don't necessarily have a talent for managing. A lot of people are excellent at the customer service interface level, or on the shop floor, or in the lab, or in the engineering drafting room. But that doesn't mean that they have automatically got the skills required to manage teams of people. So, using the key principles of the Energy Code, you can select the right people not just for the interface where you're making the product, distributing the product, creating the service or selling the service, but to attract the right people into management roles. Those staff members' job is to create an environment that should flow from your mission and vision statement and who you are as an organisation, who you see yourselves as part of the world. And that environment then should flow through every level of your business, being reinforced and bolstered by your managers, especially your middle managers, who should be creating environments where their teams are producing beyond expectations, not just meeting targets, where every day those teams turn up excited about their work and enthused about the value that they can add to the company. Now, we're not talking about creating an organisation full of zealots who just spout the company line. You want people who question. You want people who actually disrupt the status quo, because very often they're the ones that are warning you of a change that is coming and can help you to prepare for it. So what we want are dynamic cultures, a bit like nature and organic systems within nature, where there are natural processes that play out every day, but where those organisms that are able to adapt to change, are able to read the signals of change in the environment, adapt and survive. You want your organisation to be like that. And just as an organism has cells that are always scanning the environment, so your organisation is full of people who are scanning the environment, people who know your product or service, who know your customers, and who are receiving signals from the marketplace at the grassroots level. Because very often by the time it's reached your annual report or quarterly report, it's too late. And in fact, there probably would have been many conversations occurring in your organisation along the way warning you of the change, if only someone was listening. In the Energy Code, I talk about being mindful, listening to your body, listening to how it's responding to your environment, and learning to pick up the early signs of change. It's exactly the same for an organisation. You want all of the cells of your organisation, that is every single staff member, to be aware and awake. And then you need to be mindful of what they're telling you. Because the seeds for your future lie within the brains, the creativity, and the ability and loyalty of your staff. So that's it for me for today on the Energy Code. I hope that you'll read the book and you'll share it with others so that we can all be part of the revolution and the change we want to see in the world.